I'm an aspiring Southern gospel artist as well as a fan, so I thought I'd try something new today. Reviewing albums. Let's dive into David Phelps' Speak of Love. This album truly highlights David's evolution as an artist. At 55 years old, which I can't believe, it's remarkable how his voice has not only retained all of its power, but has arguably become even more expressive. What's particularly striking about this album is the sense of danger or recklessness in David's approach. It's as though he's given himself permission to focus less on technical perfection and more on emotional resonance. There's a deliberate choice to let the emotion take the lead, allowing for moments that may not be technically perfect, but are all the more powerful because of their vulnerability. His classical training is evident throughout, but so too is his love for Broadway and timeless standards. Each track has been given what you might call the Phelps facelift, his signature touch of creative chord changes and arrangements that breathe new life into well-loved songs. It's an album that seamlessly blends technical mastery with emotional depth, showing that David Phelps is an artist who continues to evolve and take risk, even after decades in the spotlight. Now, I'm going to share my thoughts on each track and rate it out of 5. Speak of Love. The intro sound design is really cool, setting an intriguing tone right off the bat. However, the fade out at the end left me wanting more. A definitive final note would have given it a stronger close. Overall, it's a nice song, but not one that stands out from the rest of the album. My rating, 3.5 out of 5. Trouble. I love the minor tonality here. It gives the track an edge that makes it feel like it could be straight out of a James Bond movie. The phrasing in the verses is a bit strange for me, but not in a bad way. It's just an unusual choice that I'm still wrapping my head around. I already like this one a lot, and I'm sure it'll grow on me even more with time. My rating, 4.5 out of 5. Dust in the Wind, featuring Callie and Maggie Beth. This is how you nail a cover. I was hesitant when I saw it on the track list, but David knocked it out of the park. The arrangement stays fresh and interesting from start to finish. It's hands down the best track on the album so far, 5 out of 5. Somewhere, a classic from West Side Story. It's a beautiful song, no doubt, but it feels a little too familiar, especially compared to some of Phelps' other work. It doesn't break any new ground for him. 3 out of 5. Come to Jesus. There's a nasality in this track that I can't quite get past. Whether it's an EQ issue or a vocal choice, it just doesn't really sit right with me. Maybe it's because I'm partial to the Gaither Vocal Band's rendition, but I think a more stripped back version would have suited the song better. If it came up on shuffle, I'd probably skip it. 2.5 out of 5. Dead Man Rising and its reprise. This is one that will be a hit in the live performances. It's theatrical and dramatic. A perfect match for the subject matter of the resurrection. The song starts off slow but builds up to an incredible climax, taking the listener on a real journey. 4.5 out of 5. I Hope You Dance, featuring Callie. This daddy-daughter duet gets the full Broadway treatment. It's a sweet and heartfelt rendition with both voices blending beautifully. It's definitely one of the more tender moments on the album. 4.25 out of 5. Bridge Over Troubled Water. I hear some Queen influences here, and that high C at the end, fantastic. 3.5 out of 5. Una furtiva lagrima. I didn't recognize the title at first, but I've definitely heard this song before. Classical purists might nitpick David's performance, but I think he sounds phenomenal. His vocal flexibility and the ear candy in the arrangement make this track a joy to listen to. 4 out of 5. If you've made it this far, hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me to have you tag along on my music journey. My current subscriber goal is 100, so we're getting close. All right, let's jump back into the review. You're the Voice. The transition from Una furtiva lagrima to this track is a bit jarring. Maybe it would have fit better elsewhere in the track list. That aside, this song is an 80s throwback with a lot of energy. 4.5 out of 5. Can't Help Falling in Love. I love the simplicity in this one. The stripped-back instrumentation, the strategic use of vibrato, and the subtle chord changes in the choruses make this cover sweet and effective. 4.25 out of 5. I Have Nothing. Yes, sir, this is how you do it. I think this track might have been on one of David's earlier albums, but if so, I haven't heard that version. Either way, I don't think you could top this rendition. It's an absolute powerhouse performance. 5 out of 5. Go rest high on that mountain. It's interesting to hear David tackle this Vince Gill classic given that their vocal styles are so different. David's version is full of emotion and texture, making it a standout track. 5 out of 5. Meeting in the Sky. This intro sounds like a commercial for a pickup truck, but once the groove kicks in, you're hooked. It has a cool, swampy vibe that gives the song a unique feel compared to the rest of the album. 4.25 out of 5. Speak of Love is a strong album that showcases David Phelps' versatility as an artist. From Broadway to classical to timeless standards, he covers a lot of ground here. While not every track is a standout, the album as a whole is filled with impressive vocal performances and inventive arrangements. David takes some risk, letting emotion lead his voice in places where he might have once prioritized technical perfection. For fans of his work, this is a must listen. And for anyone who enjoys thoughtful, well-executed vocal music, Speak of Love offers plenty to appreciate. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.